Yes, we can hear you well.
That's great. Because today I tried the setup with 3 monitors and 2 laptops. And right now I can see the participants and the chat when I will be sharing the screen. That became much more professional. Next time, probably some professional light will be here. So every session is improvement. So first of all, I want to greet everyone here. And I know that the participants changing every time, but no worries. This is the base simply is Python sessions, just to recap basics and probably remain the best practices and rules. And first 2 sessions was about the how to run the Python terminal and variables and some simple things. And today I want to talk about the functions, but this will be the really function introductions. And this will be the couple of slides with the theory, with the basics, probably which are applicable to every programming language. After I want us to do an exercise, and this exercise will be more about the manual writing of code. And it takes, I think, maybe 10-15 minutes. And the last part, I want to show you probably at last 5 minutes, the new course, which I saw recently from Andrew NG. This is the father of ML and AI. And they run the Python course with the Gen AI assistant. And this is the short introduction course, but I think it will be really interesting for everyone to play with the chat and how to use the chat's indication. And I found it quite entertainment. And this that course is of the basics, just 4 hours. So you can do it in every time. And I'm trying to get my focus mode. Yeah, I put on focus mode here. And also right now I will share my screen. Allowed to share a window, of course, allowed to share everything. And what I'm sharing right now. Settings and Google Meet, of course, nothing works every time. No, I haven't. Not yet. Okay, and maybe share screen, but I'm not sure what screen I'm exactly sharing. No, not this screen. I want to share another screen. Okay, not today. So I just want to. Maybe this will work. So let me know if you will see my screen right now. No, this is the other screen. Okay. So I will try to join here. And I'll be right back. Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's great. And I want to do this one from here. Okay. So the little tip and low. Okay. I can see the chat, but I cannot see the people. Okay. Okay, I cannot see you. Great, nice.
Let's try again, start sharing. And now you should see my presentation, right? And let me know with your
Yes,
help.
yes, we can.
Is that
Yes, we
oh,
can
that's
do.
great. So this setup with two laptops doesn't work. Okay, so this coding club, as I mentioned before, will be about the functions and the Python scripts. And Python scripts, this is the program that run the series of lines one by one by interpreter. And here today we can talk about the what is script, what is function, error checking, models, main models, and design discussion. And I will be quite happy to cover first two, and let me know if you want to do the next session. We can do the second half the next time. So when we are talking about the scripts, and when we are trying to write a useful script, we are going to make it with different features and make it functional. And also one script can be applied to other related problems, to different types of tasks. Over time, it might become a critical application, and also it can be not so optimal. That is why the people, especially Python developers or every developers, decided to keep things organized. And for this purpose, we are trying to define things when we started to write any code. So this is just the basics in the school. So the names must always be defined before they get used later. And in case of Python, the order is important because the Python interpret code line by line. And also you should define the definition of variable before it's used, or definition of function on the top of this function. And also there's a good idea to put the code relates to a single task to one function. And also functions allow us to simplify repeated operations. As you can see here, when we defining things, we wanted to write the function which calculate the square, and that is why we call it square. This sounds probably some naive, but this is the really good practice to start from the scratch using meaningful names, because I'm the developer who used to do A, B, C variables. And when it appeared in production code, it's not a good idea. So even in the educational task, you can use the more meaningful variables. And when we talk about the functions also should have the name which relates to what this function do. As you can see here, we have function read prices, which use the file and parse this file and return the prices. And also when we use variables, we can define the old prices and new prices to remember what it means. And if someone doesn't see what the function before and what the function in Python, this is exactly the same like a function in every other programming language, is a sequence of statement, and any Python statement can be used inside. And we have now some special statements in Python which make it easy to remember. And functions can be defined in any order. So if you have several functions, it doesn't matter what order they will be called after. So you can define them at the beginning of the script in any order, because this is the independent chunks. And you should define function before you're going to use it. It doesn't relate to this special lambda function in Python, which is quite easy syntaxes, but we will talk about this later. And also, you will see in any programming language that this is the practice when the common practice when the functions define in a bottom-up fashion. And a later function built upon earlier function. And this is probably only one thing, because if you will use one function inside another, you will need let Python know what exactly this function means. And what we do is the function design. As you can see here, the most of them have the first word def, and they operate with the intents. For those who was before, you know that the intents in Python show the sequence or loops, and this is important. And Python is a intent sensitive language. For those who knew, just when you see this human readable defining of the functions, just know that the intents means the order or when this part of code runs. And in ideal case, functions should be a black box, so you will call it by name and put their input and receive their output. So the function should only operate on input and avoid global variables or some other side effects. And your main goal is to modularity of code and predictability. So you want it from this function to receive the same result every time. And it's a good practice to include documentation in the form of docstring. And as you can see here, this is the these 3 commas and the description inside them and 3 closing commas. This is the documentation which can be after generated to MD file, which is really useful for filling your repository or when you do some open source development, and you can contribute your parts along with the documentation. And docstrings, this put in this 3 commas every time. And also they fit help. For example, when you will call help function, for example, read prices, this help read prices in Python command line will return you this description that read prices from a CSV file. And it's a good practice to keep this string short one sentence, especially when you work in production, because you will not have to read the long descriptions, and just to give a hint for others what this function do, and also put there the probably definition of inputs or type of variables on input and type of return variables. And these hints can be in any form, and it's used by EDS, code checkers, and other tools. And type annotations here, as you can see, in one case, because the Python, this is the dynamically typical language, it allows us just to put the variable without a certain type. But if you wanted to assign the sorted type to the input variable, this syntaxes will be like on the right side. So the input variable with a string type and its return dict. And now I want to hear your questions, because it's really useful for me to identify where we are and what we need to discuss before starting the exercise. So I'm just stop sharing a minute to see what we have here. And Strange sound. Okay. And right now, after this small chunk of the function descriptions, I want to ask you from what part I should give you more details or more explanations. Okay, let's do some what. Who here was coding in Python before? You can do thumbs up. Oh, thank you, Rina. Marta. And if others see Python a little bit advanced, this is absolutely fine. That is why we're here with Python. So it's all very new to me. Okay, so let's discuss from the beginning. And also, let's do one step back. Who was coding before on any language? Would come. Oh, that's nice, for months. Probably more advanced than me. mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So some brief information from the beginning. This Python programming language. This is the interpreter. It works on the C compiler. Python has now their own compiler, and that is why probably this is not the fastest way for the production development, but Python is really human readable and really easy to write and read code and do some exploration tasks. That is why I think it's so popular, and more production services right now released in Python. And also Python allowed to do a lot of open source collaboration, and I think on your laptops doesn't depend from what you have, iOS, macOS, or OS 6 or Windows. It's already installed, and our basic course doesn't need any particular version of the Python, and that is why you can use wherever you want. So probably this is the good time to start with my terminal. Okay, what I want to have here, I want to show you what we did before. On our first two sessions, we were programming in hiker mode. No any IDE needed for this, just write code in terminal. And now I will be sharing my screen and show you how it looks and how it will look for us today. So I want to have here. But I wanted to share the terminal, but seems to me that I share the entire screen. So let's try to do this one. This one. Can you see my terminal?
Yes.
Absolutely fine. And I offer you to run your terminal or command line, bash command line on Windows or bash on Linux, seems to me. So in any command line, if you will type the which Python, which is obviously Python, it will show you the path to your Python, and probably you will see any path. Doesn't matter where it's installed, and also version. No, nothing included, just which Python. And if you're interested to see what we have after, you need to use your 2 dashes, right? Yeah. If you will type in your command line this Python space 2 dash version, it will return you your current version of the Python, default one. I have 3.10, but in some cases, not so long time ago, we have by default the Python second branch, and it was Python 2.3. And this is, maybe it's not actual these days, but I should mention that if some legacy was written on the Python 2 version, didn't get anything. Interesting, because I thought that my macOS should have it by default. So I just finished about the second and third one. So Python 2 and Python 3. This is not the previous and after version. This is two different branches. In some days, these two branches started to develop in other ways. So if you have some legacy on Python 2, it's not easily transferable to Python 3. But it was actual in 2015. And I don't think you will have these issues in 2024. So just relax, and I think most of the sources you will see was written in Python. So what do we have? Which Python is in Python? And clouds, probably. You will try again. Let's log in, default, and now this. This is because of the ZSH in the last version of my OS, where it's not included by default. So it can happen with this one, but I will send you some tips, but after from Stack Overflow, how to resolve it, because I have it on my latest version of Mac OS and on my old one, which is Sonoma. It was done by default. But while we are not resolving this, I can show whatever on my screen. So, and how to run the Python interpreter is really easy. And I use the Python. And now I'm inside the Python interpreter. So this is the Python command line. And we can do something starting from here. For example, our first one and the most famous hello world. No, because I use what? And of course, not this quote. Also, I can note and take your attention to these error messages. From my experience, Python had the best error messages ever. I didn't see them on Java, especially when I started on C and C++. I didn't see this great explanation as well. But if you will see some errors, and just read what interpreter wants from you, and you can fix or debug your code easily. That is why Python is so great for development. And on the first hour, 2 clubs, we were just doing some simple things about the math or read the files. Second one was dictionaries and lists. This is the data structures when we read the file to the different data structures. And today, I want us to write the Python functions. And also, if you use some simple syntaxes, it's absolutely okay to do it in terminal. But right now, when we will be writing some functions, I will offer you to do it in any text editor, because the Python script can be wrapped in the file with the Py extension, but you can type everything in any text as editor, and after save it as a Py file. So just choose whatever you want, text edit, notepad, and also I love the Sublime text because it has the fancy coloring for the programming languages, and seems to me the Sublime free. And I will show you what I do in Sublime. So I will end my terminal, and also we will need a couple of files. I put these files to the Google Drive, and I have the links for you. This one and this one. Now I put these links in the chat. This is the one file, and this is the another one. We will need them for our functions. We will read the files as before. And this is the second one, and it should be available by link. But I'm not quite good at sharing. Just let me know if you can download this. Oh, this is great. Also, I want to, should later, not yet. And now I want to show the exercise, what we will be doing right now. So if it's okay, let me know if you see my screen with the exercise description. You can let me know by voice because I can see the call.
Yes, we can
Oh, that's
see.
great. So this, what will be this exercise? This will be the script which read two files and after return the report. And this will be the report showing the performance of stock portfolio, a very guy in finance. So we will have three functions here, and we did these functions before, but probably not many of you was on previous parts, so it's okay to do it from scratch. We have enough time. And the first one, what we wanted to do is to structure what we did before to a collection of functions, but we can just write these three functions together, and I will comment it as we are doing this. And the only one operation from you should be the path to the files where you download them, and some text editor. Some text editor which you want to use. And I will share my text editor. Okay. Where my fancy Sublime? This one. And now probably you will see the empty text editor, right? Absolutely empty and absolutely texted. So, and also I wanted to see my script. I'm really wanted to see my script. Just give me 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, much less, to find where it is and to organize the tabs to be able to read and write at the same time. So if you prepared your text editor, just let me know. By Thompson, let Irina know if if I will be precise.
Yeah, I see right now empty editor.
And I can see the chat, and I see the empty editor. And if you're ready, so we can start. What I wanted to do here, as I promised, we will use the proper description. So this is how the comment looks in Python with a hashtag with a hashtag sign. You can use whatever description you want, because this hashtag means comment, and interpreter doesn't react on this. To read the files, we will need to import CSV library. So this is yet another benefit of Python, that's most of the scripts, most of the operations already automated in the libraries, and you can import almost every library for everything, GNI as well. So you don't need to be a programmer, you will need to be a good importer of some Python models. And after, we will start with the first function, and this will be the read for portfolio file. Portfolio file is this small table, several rows, and it's not so huge. And here we will use file name as an input. And after, what I wanted to do, I'm doing tab. So you can do tab for indent or for spaces, but it's okay to do tab. And also I want to use 3 quotes. And here, small description. So this is read portfolio file, and I close these quotes. And now, what my functions will do after they receive the file name? It will need some variable where this function will read the rows from the file, and I want to have this variable as an empty array. I know that we can also learn about the data structures on the LeetCode coding club, right? We have a LeetCode coding club, and LeetCode has a lot of tasks for learning arrays, lists, mutable, immutable types. But for now, just be sure everything will be fine with an array. And now we wanted to open our file and read it line by line. And for this, we call the function open, and after, don't forget about yet another tab. And we wanted to have variables rows. And to these variables, here we call this model, which we were imported at the beginning, CSV. And also, already it has the method reader. And that is why we need just to send them the file, and we wanted to read the headers in other variable. And as you remember, Irina, on the first coding club, we will see that the next, this is just transferred to the next line, and it read line by line until the end.
Yeah.
After, we will use just loop, because we wanted to parse every row to our data structure, which will be, in this case, dictionary. And how we define the dictionary, we use this figure brackets, and don't forget about the yet another indent. And right now we will assign the keys and values for this dictionary. And also I wanted to note to you that Python not sensitive to the spaces, so you can write like this one. Oops, not like this one. Enable dictation, not now, thanks. So you can write code without spaces or with them, doesn't matter. I just wanted, just like to do it, to have more space for the reading it more easier. And let's try to use the Latin. And right now, we call the every item in the row list, and the item item order number started from zeros. In Python, it started from 0. And after we wanted to see another key, where we will cast variables. I disabled the automatical switch. And this is how Python do some cast types. So when you need to change the type of variable, because in this case, when the file parsed by default, Python could interpret this even numbers as strings. In most cases, the Python rather good with reading numbers as numbers. But if you want to be sure, this is a good practice to cast the types. And if you want to have ints, just define that this should be int. And the last one will be the price. And if you will open this CSV file in Excel or Numbers, you will see that this is just table, and we restructure table to the dictionary. We have the closing, and for every row, right now we parsed row by row, we want to append this to the existing numbers. So on the first iteration of this loop, this will be empty plus the first row, and at the end we will have all the rows together. And after, at the end of the every function, we need to return some value, and be conscious about the intents, and return should be on the same intent like a beginning, and we wanted to return this array. It was the first function. How it feels? Because we have the couple of small ones, and after we will try to run everything on our files. So we did exactly the same with the second file, which will be read prices, and we will want to have file name, and also what I do, copy paste, and just to align the intents. And I want to say that this is the read prices file, and I will return the dict as well in this case. So in first case, in portfolio, I will return the array. In the second case, I will return the dict. And I need to define these prices. And also these syntaxes, when I assign the empty dict, I just want to let Python know that this variable should be the dict type. And I do the same with the second file, so with open file name. As you can see here, it doesn't matter what that these variables have the same, because this is the local variables and they're not conflicted in a global script. And I want to do as well rows and headers, but only the row I wanted to have intent. And after, I want to go row by row. And Right now, we will do the try except. What is try except? This is the usual loop. We can do this with a while or something like this, but with a try except at the same time, we can raise the exception and do the how it calls in unit testing. Write the asserts for our functions. And right now we told the Python that we wanted to be sure that the prices, we will read the prices in the syntaxes to float, because we wanted to be sure that this variable will not be some string. And if something went wrong, for example, we will have the empty string or some, I don't know what, empty file, it can happen. So in this case, we will raise the exception, and this exception will be index error. And we don't need to do any other descriptions. This is the Python functions by default, and this will return your error as error message that you will have an index error, blah blah blah. So you will need to define it by yourself. Just use by default. And if something good, you will do pass. Pass means the go to the next step. It do nothing. It's like a mock-up structure when you will need just to hold the place. And in this function, we will return prices. Not here, here. And after we read the portfolio and we, but what I'm doing right now, I'm doing an error. Yeah, this is how it should be looked. And the final one, this will be the function which use these previous functions. So this will be make report data, and we will use two variables, portfolio and prices. And here we wanted to we wanted to use the proper names, E, O, and proper fingers to write the code. And this function will be doing following. This will be doing the list of tuples and make a list of name, shares, price, and chance. Name, shares, price, and edge. Okay, and close the quotes. So what we will need here, we will do rows for this list, and after we will receive in the portfolio, which we do here, this is the list, and we iterate through the list with a for expression. So here we will do the for stock in portfolio. So it doesn't matter what will be here. We can do for E in portfolio, and this is we just assign the name of the variable. And we wanted to have variable with the current price, and we will put to this variable this prices. Do you remember with the prices returned in the one step above in the read prices function? We have dictionary, so this will be prices dictionary, and we wanted to have value by the key name. That is why we went to stock, and we will return the value assigned by this name. With change, we will have we will start at 2. We will have the current price minus previous price, stock price. So current price we defined right now, calculated, and after we wanted to have stock price. So we call here a value by key price. And we wanted to have, of course, summary, which will be the tuple, how we define tuple, just curly brackets. And there will be the value which we fetch by the name key and value from the stock dictionary by the shares key and current price and change, which we calculated here. Current price and change. And after, for every row, we wanted to append this one, this summary, this tuple. And this is our empty array. And right now it's stopped to be empty because we add here this calculate the values which were calculated on this step. And this will be tuple. And at the end, we wanted to return all these rows array. So right now we have 3 functions. They are just defined, and as you can imagine, I didn't run the code, so we don't know if it's working, but okay. And here we need to call all these functions after we define them. So we wanted to read data from their files. For this one, we have 2 functions, read portfolio and read prices. And we need to have 2 variables. And what we need here, read portfolio. And right now you will need the path to the file where you download your files. And I will try to see where I was downloaded mine. This one. Okay. Do I have it? Yes, I have it. And the second one, oh, I have it already. Absolutely have prices and portfolio. Copy path. No, thank you. Get info. What I'm reading portfolio. So I want to have the portfolio info and I want to have the okay. Okay. And the really unexpected name, the portfolio CSV, and the same with the prices. I have the prices in the same folder, and that is why I wanted to use just copy paste from here. You can use the full path or you can use the just file name if this file at the same folder as your py file. I see here that could be. So what I expected after these 2 lines will interpret it. So I wanted to have the portfolio variable and prices, and after I want to call the function with the report data, right? Report, and I want this variable report have the make report data with the portfolio and prices. And after, I wanted to output this report because until I not call any print, I will not see it as an script output. And now I wanted to do this output, so I want to have headers for my report. And as I suppose that this will be name shares prices change, I just will do this one. Probably not beautiful, but just to have the time. And my first print will be with the indents. And this is the Python formatting. I Google it every time, so you don't need to remember how to do this, especially in the ChatGPT era, just to have this formatting tips somewhere around this. And this is how you prefer to see your outputs. And also there is some print symbols. And after, I want to do for every row, because I have it in report several rows, and I want to have a row in report, this one. And in this case, I want to use the float with the 2 decimals, and here with the 2 decimals, and here I will have this one. So I'm done with this one, and right now I need just to save it. Save as, and what I want to save. Okay, where this will be really easy to go. Maybe this will be the easiest way to go here. And as you can see right now, this is the proper file with the Python extension, and also my lovely Sublime have the really great visualization for the functions, variables, syntaxes. Love it so much. And right now I will try to run this one when I will find how to stop sharing. Here. Let's try to run all the things in a terminal, because after we will have file, we can do it in the terminal. Let's go. Where my terminal? I'm here. And also I will run it in, not inside the Python interpreter, but just terminal. If I will remember how to. Okay, I'm sharing my terminal. And probably you have the same in your command lines. So what I wanted to do right now, I will call Python to run this file, but to be sure that this is exactly this file which I meant, I will use the full path again, because I'm not so good at the file structuring. And as I remember, this will be the report py. And now we will see what errors we will have here. Name rows now defined. Do you mean rows? Do I mean rows? Probably. And what was this line? Line 16. Okay, what I have on line 16? Yeah. And I will show you while it's not be working right now. So debug. take my courses by debugging. I spend 90% of my working time doing this. So we will see that I have an error with it in line 16. And of course, I wanted to read rows. And this one was okay. But here, obviously, this is the error. That is why I'm just fixing this and trying to write this again. What I have right now, I have in line 22, of course, it's typo because probably I have ADHD, but I'm afraid I'm just stupid. That is why this type of things uh, absolutely fine for me. And portfolio, why it's not defined? Hmm. No, of course, portfolio. Portfolio. No, I don't mean the portfolio. Okay, of course. Let's try again. Oh, yay, it works. Now I show you my terminal. And this is how it looks. So I repeat here once again. So when I run command Python with path to my file, it will return me this formatted Sherry stock report. Do you see how cool is this? I get files into the code. I use the full path to the file when I download it from the link, and after I put the full path to the to my function where I read in the files. It is here, and thanks for worked out. Yeah, here. Mm-hmm. Irina is here, and just let me know if you have any troubles, issues. We can debug it. And if everything fine, this will be great as well. And I also will put this file to our Slack channel. Scroll down, last line. Yeah, of course. This will be the print to do the output more aligned by columns, because without this print formatting, it will return just the text squeezed in several lines without the separators, without the indents, and it will not be looking like a report. So this is just the markdowns to make it more readable. And of course, we can do this the same script with the same output without the functions, but with the functions is much easier to reuse it. For example, if we will need to read not this portfolio file but another one, or use it in the other script, we can just call it from this file. And also I can put this to the Google Drive while we're here. And send you a link to have it with you. And where this report by. And now I will share the final version with you. Come on. I need the link, please. Google Drive. Mhm. Okay, while Google Drive is slowed down for me, I want you to show my last one. Couple of minutes will be about the course. I'm obsessed. Okay, okay. Now I have. If you have some troubles with the functions and you need more time, you just can finish it when it will be most convenient for you. So this is the final version. Feel free to use it. And right now, I want to show you this fancy course. What I want to use here. And right now, my Safari window. And the last part that I want to show you, this is AI Python from the beginners. So what is deep learning AI? This is, and what is the course? Course from Andrew Ng. Andrew Ng was the first who do the machine learning course, probably in early 2000, and right now he's a brand, and they started to do some. I know that many companies right now started to use AI in the educational projects, and I'm using AI in chatbots to ask any questions. In most cases, it's much faster than Stack Overflow, but probably not so precise. But this will be so great to have this the same in the same place, the chatbot and the coding. And what I can see here, that this course really base, you can start it even today. So this, what is computer programming, what is chatbots, navigating learning platform, first program, data in Python, text and calculations, so really easy things. Maybe LLM prompts seems too complicated, but this is more about the application. Don't worry, you can do this. And how it looks from the first side, it looks like a usual course. Nice guy with a pre-recorded video tells something, but also they have this functionality like a chat. And when you use this, you have this one along with the video and also with the exercises. And you can ask any questions. If you didn't know some terms or definitions, you can just pause the video and just ask this chatbot what Python is, or any what we do right now, how to write function in Python with the examples, and you can do some copy paste, and also you can ask some questions. What is function receive empty input? But you can provide default values. Or, for example, what error messages? Messages using in read file functions. Come on, chatbot. Wakey, wakey. Yeah, as you can see here, it gives you some hints and ideas of what you can try with your functions. So you can do any custom prints, or you can use anything. So I find it quite interesting to play with. So strongly recommend. Put the link here. What is name row? Irina, what do you have here?
Okay,
Script
I
file.
already
Ah,
searched it. It was typo.
yeah, it
Just
was rows.
typo. Yeah. I try to encourage others to share if they have problems. You just can post here because to be honest, I still running because I typed a lot, but I have some typos. Yeah, because if you do this in file, you don't have, like in Java, I have just checks for compilation. So
Mm-hmm.
any type, I see them in advance. But here I run the program and then I see what exactly is the typo.
Mm-hmm. So how to run the code? I will run this code through the terminal. Let me find my terminal window and where I have it here. Yeah, this is my terminal and this is my command line if you have command line. And to run the Python code, I just type Python space and the name of the file and name of the path to my file. This is users Nonna report by. I put it in the folder and just press enter and ta-da, it works. After 3 iterations of debugging, of course. Nothing works from the first time.
Okay, I will continue to share my errors.
And I think this could be the typo in portfolio, right?
Mm,
In
so
red.
it's a function read prices.
Uh-huh.
Prices, I open file, I read it, then I say prices
Mm-hmm.
from row zero,
Mm-hmm.
float row one. What I wanted to say, to be honest,
Uh-huh.
I'm
So,
confused what we tried to do here.
so here we did this one. We
It's different parentheses, by the way. So yeah, I think that is the problem. No, it's the same parentheses in my case.
mm-hmm.
This is row zero, try index plus. Prices family. So what I actually put in read prices, maybe I do something. No, make report, you do portfolio and
Mm-hmm.
prices. Hmm. So
Now I
what's it
share
comparing
my
for?
one. So just to see where.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
let me copy your code. Let's see if it will help. Maybe
And what is
I'll.
line 53? Okay, let's see line 53. Do we have the same
You
line?
know, return in different place. Okay, let me just
Ah,
try to put return in the, no, it's the same. No, yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't make sense because it didn't, it's return. Okay, let's try again.
Mm-hmm.
It's fast, but okay, I didn't know what exactly was the problem, to
Mm-hmm.
be honest. Yeah. Okay, return even, okay, return in different place.
Mm-hmm. With the
Okay.
intent, right?
Yes, return should be not in, the
Yeah,
problem.
return is one intent left, right
Yeah. So
from the div.
return for function with open files. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
would explain it. Okay, I have last year 56.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, portfolio is not defined, but I read file portfolio.
Portfolio is
That's
not defined.
weird.
Probably this is a typo because I
Portfolio.
yeah,
Okay.
you have I had an exception here, and you can
Yeah.
see it in,
Okay, I see. Sorry. Okay, I didn't. I wasn't in time to type all prints,
mhm,
but oh, okay. Now, okay. Let's be this first.
mhm.
Uh, so report. I think the problem. No, I think I might have not connected the files correctly.
And I also put the file here while you were away. I pinned it to the chat, and you can download it and try to compare it files in your editor.
I wonder what is so Liz, what is like how's a command when you execute it looks like? Like for example, my command, it's look exactly like this: Python, then the path to the file, which is similar in your case. Yes, you shouldn't put. I don't think your report.py started with.
Yeah, it shouldn't
How
be
does
hashtag.
it? Yeah, hashtag. Indeed, the
Oh,
symbol.
I've just popped onto the mic.
Mhm.
'Cause it's easier than typing. That makes more sense. Was wondering what was that? Yeah.
And also,
So
are you?
if you try this one, I put in the chat. If you try this one,
Okay, thank you. Let's try that.
try like this.
And also, you shouldn't be inside the Python Python interpreter, just in your regular command line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's try that. No, still coming up as syntax. Hang on. Let's try again.
And
But
first,
how did
yeah,
you save your file? Well, how did you call it when you saved it?
The files from the Google Drive.
No.
The file in the
file that contains the code that we typed.
I've just saved it into one of my folders. I'll work it out. I'll play around with it. See what happens.
You need to run exactly the name of your file. So I called it script.py.
Okay.
Yes,
I see.
the
I
name
see. Yeah.
assigned to your file.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see. I'll have a play around with it and see if I can. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, it's working now.
Okay,
I think
good.
that sorted it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
So on the
Any more
next
questions? Yeah, sorry.
on the next
So-
session, because we have a lot of things about the functions, on the next session we can do the error exception and where my presentation, not the proper one. Oh, it should be something here. Okay. Present. Yeah, what I have interesting for the next one is the error checking models, main model, and design discussion. So I would like to continue with this file and just to slightly complicate and improve what we already done. So I invite you to join next time.
Yeah, we will see each other in 1 month, in the beginning of the month. Please submit some feedback. I put the forum in the channel. Also, I will share it with coding channel. And yeah, please join Slack and follow up as we're going to continue discussion. And again, if you have any questions, like you see, there is no like dummy questions. Yeah, I just saw an error and put in the chat. And Nonna understood what happened.
Yeah, I'm
So
regularly checking our channel, so feel free to put something. And if you are so shy, just feel free to put me a direct message. Nobody knows. I will tell everyone what was there, so you can ask me there.
yeah. So yeah, please ask anything. If you need any help, any questions, check out first sessions, check out first explanations. And yeah, we really welcome you to next sessions. Yeah.
And thank you for coming today. Thanks. Okay, so have a nice relaxed evening after this brainstorm. Thank you. Thanks, girls.
Окей.
Ей! Ну, наконец-то мы одни.
Да-да. Так, я вижу, что тяжко, что каждый раз новые подключаются, да,
Мгм.
ребята. Вот. Ну, смотри, мы можем пробовать продолжать, но, может быть, мы возьмем отсюда learning experience такой, типа. В
Мгм.
принципе, у нас, с другой стороны, все релакс, то есть, с другой стороны, ничего страшного, что там много очень сортинга с экранами, еще чего-то.
Мгм.
Вот, все равно им норма не первый раз пришли. Вот.
Мгм.
То есть, я думаю, ну, смотри, как хочешь, можем пока продолжать, если тебе комфортно.
Я вот тоже
И
думала, что особенно когда новые люди, я замечаю, что я меньше волнуюсь, мне лучше получается
Мгм.
рассказывать. Я думаю, окей, для меня это как тренинг. И я даже думала, что вот у нас такой сейчас релакс какой-то,
Мгм.
как бы
Мгм.
даже не называть курсом, но есть обычные курсы, где тоже воронка отваливается. Например, энролится там 50 человек, потом
Мгм.
отваливаются. И я даже думаю, что, может быть, как раз пока у нас идут эти релакс-сессии, мы можем тренировать, вот как технику подключать, то всё, как идут лекции,
Мгм.
какой ритм.
Мгм. Мгм.
А потом, например, с января сделать группу, прям курс, не знаю, 8 занятий, и
Мгм.
уже пропагандировать это как вот, что набирается группа, закрытая группа, куда вот
Да-да-да.
сабмитятся определенные люди, которые обещают приходить. Конечно, мы понимаем, что из 20
Сертификат
человек
в конце и
как бы дойдут
замотивирует
2.
сразу.
Ну и слава богу, зато это хотя бы будут не новые в середине,
Ну
что,
да-да-да.
да, заджойнятся
Ой,
сначала.
там, ты знаешь, если сделать хорошую, адвертайзинг-кампанию, то
Мгм.
там будет 100 человек, мне кажется. Вот, у нас регистрируется-то 50 на сессию.
Мгм.
Просто, видишь, доходит 10, потому что
Мгм.
у них, на самом деле, у них, считай, хука нет, они зарегистрировались и все. Но если мы сделаем прям программу, что вы
Мгм.
регистрируетесь, и в конце мы вам даем сертификат, вот это вот сертификат, ты не представляешь, как он мотивирует людей.
А вот
Пример у
интересно, как
нас,
же мы его
пример,
дадим, если мы не настоящая организация? Мы же
это настоящий чё, LinkedIn страница есть, все. Не-не-не, мы настоящие. Мы еще, конечно, не зарегистрированы, это правда. Мы сейчас
Мгм.
общаемся с... мне очень повезло, я через коннекшены нашла прям школу вот этих social entrepreneurs. И
Мгм.
мы наконец-то вчера, буквально, да, вчера запукали, ну, у нас была первая сессия, и нам столько объяснили, потому что там эту
Мгм.
формулу заполнить, и это такой геморрой, плюс у нас еще есть оверсис, как бы волонтеры, и там
Мгм.
это тоже оверсис-пункт, но просто мозг выносит по полной программе. Ну, короче, это оказалось не так легко зарегать, и мы просто не хотим сейчас накосячить, а потом
Мгм.
такие, блин, надо все заново делать. Вот, чтобы такого вот не было, мы как бы терпеливо ждем, когда вот это Social School of Entrepreneurs зашкедулит нам сессии. Ну как, на самом деле следующий уже на следующей неделе будет, и, возможно, после этого мы уже нажмем кнопочку Submit.
Мгм.
После чего заявка уйдет на Charity Committee, и они
Мгм.
еще будут думать, нужна ли нафиг наша Charity, и вправду ли она нужна, или типа, может быть, мы там к какой-то другой должны присоединиться. Вот. Ну, посмотрим, потому что те, которые видела, они больше с детьми работают, хотя у них
Мгм.
тоже цель такая в Лондоне. Вот, посмотрим. Я очень так прям excited, из чего это выйдет. Но, тем не менее, я считаю, что даже организация в виде LinkedIn странички — это организация. Да.
Мгм.
Вот, поэтому ничего, типа, даже если мы там будем еще год, наверное, регать, но вряд ли, конечно. Я думаю, мы
Мгм.
как-нибудь все-таки это дотолкаем. Я вроде айтишники уж с этим разберутся. Но
Мгм.
да, как бы потому что это вообще не проблема. То есть, ну, мы напишем наш логотип, все такое, ладно. Ну, не зарегистрируем торговую марку, ну и ладно. Все равно люди поймут, они перейдут на эту Women Coding Community страничку и увидят, кто там, чего там и что происходит. То есть
Мгм.
я не считаю, что это прям блокер будет. Вот, поэтому да, можешь об этом не беспокоиться, что-нибудь мы в итоге все-таки зарегистрируем. В крайнем случае мы другой вид организации зарегистрируем, если они не захотят именно чарити. И
Мгм.
дальше как-нибудь будем придумывать. Вот.
А еще вот с этим курсом я думала даже, что мы можем выходить и в оффлайн. То есть, например, сами занятия могут быть из дома, но мы можем делать какие-то раз в месяц встречи в кафешке, ланч или что-то еще, потому что я думаю, это ну, лишняя социализация никому не помешает.
Это
И тогда
правда,
люди будут
правда.
больше замотивированы оставаться на курсе, когда появится какая-то микрогруппа с каким-то климатом.
Ой, я знаю, кстати, прикольное место. Это, короче, M-Cloud отель над Tower Bridge. И
Мгм.
там, на самом деле, такие комнаты прям для стадинга. И, в принципе,
Мгм.
я туда приходила просто так, даже, ну, я так поняла, если ты там прям сядешь, но если кофе у них закажешь, то, типа, они тебя не выгонят оттуда.
Мгм.
Вот, там прям прикольно. Я тебе скину фотки, если у меня остались какие-то.
Я
Вот,
еще
и
как-то видела в British Library ребята собирались. То есть она по центру на Кингс-Кроссе, кажется.
там
Можно...
людно очень, про нее все знают, а про это место никто не знает. Оно прям мой секрет какой.
Но там, может, можно будет поболтать. Например, если
Так вот, в
какой-нибудь
British Library как раз скорее нельзя будет поболтать, потому что
еще
там есть вот
шумнее, там,
эти...
да?
Не-не-не, там, типа, там есть вот зона для работы,
Мгм.
но, типа, там нельзя разговаривать. Вот,
Я как-то
поэтому...
видела, там что-то снимали какой-то подкаст. Ну, надо спросить поспрашиваю у знакомых, кто туда ходит, можно ли там
Ну,
собраться. Ну, или
да,
если нет,
да.
то в кафе каком-нибудь действительно соберемся.
Там просто прям коворкинг, там, короче, атмосфера как коворкинг, но, в принципе, это, тем не менее, там вообще руфтоп-бар.
Мгм.
Вот. Короче, надо тебе скинуть фоточки оттуда, ты поймешь
Мгм.
тоже, о чем. То есть там прям такой сет, как будто ну, для работы, там что такое, и там на несколько человек. Вот.
А еще же у
Ам,
нас какой-то ГДГ Лондон скоро планируется. Сейчас по дате посмотрю, и мы можем тоже делать очные походы на метапы.
мгм. Окей, да.
ГДГ Лондон.
Вот, короче, да, я прям сама тебе хотела предложить. Прими вот это вот все, что ты мне сейчас говоришь. И прям
Мгм.
подумай, типа потом вот так сделать, чтобы поинтереснее было, что они тоже, типа, это потрекать их. Но пока, типа, можно просто, ну, в плане as soon
Ну,
as
пока да,
possible.
мы тренируемся, и я хоть по-английски как-то разболталась, хотя
Супер.
прям не мое.
Это прям, мне кажется, самое крутое, что делает именно код, в чем помогает это
Да.
разговориться. Вот.
И плюс
Презентовать.
еще я, конечно, жду вопросов, но так хорошо, что никто не спрашивает ничего сложного. И я боялась с первых сессий, что вдруг что-то спросят, а я не знаю. Но теперь есть чат GPT у меня открыт везде, что-то
Ага,
еще. Я
ага.
так двумя руками буду гуглить, как-то
Слушай,
сориентируюсь.
я так сейчас учу Минти питону. Ну как, она
Мгм.
типа умеет, пока мы с ней учим так, как я бы учила питон, я все время выясняю, что она ничего не знает. Вот, и я действительно, типа, я открываю чат GPT и быстро спрашиваю, типа, знаешь, такая, а может питон вот это? И спрашиваю, короче, потому что я
Мгм.
в продакшене никогда на ней не работала, я так просто хочу, чтобы он у меня в LinkedIn светился. Вот, и моя Минти мне потом напишет, что, типа, научил меня Python. Ой, что это забавно. Но просто, типа, там Минти, она вроде как что-то на нем писала, но при этом там как хэштейбл мы разбирали, как работает. Блин, мы какую тему прям недавно разбирали, и выпала ошибка, что нет такого ключа в хэштейбл. И она говорит,
Мгм.
а почему такая ошибка? Я поняла, что она не понимает, как хэштейбл вообще работает. Точнее,
Мгм.
ошибка из дикшенери выпала. Вот. И она такая, а почему такая ошибка, типа? Я говорю, блин, давай ты в следующий раз мне расскажешь, как HTML работает. Потому что мне
Мгм.
стало ясно, что она не понимает, что это структура данных. Вот. Так что, да, тут прикольно, что мы тут такие, как без этого, опять же, это же русский этот бэкграунд, что мы
Мгм.
такие, все надо выучить, все детали, все проработать, прошарить, и потом уже идти на интервью. Вот, а у европейцев у них совсем другой подход. У них так, ну, что надо, то и сами и расскажут. Вот. Я
Мгм.
офигеваю немножко с них. Ну, что ж, очень интересный экспириенс.
Ну, я вот что-то по работе сейчас у нас проблема была, что сервисы все падали. Я увидела, что один из дата-инженеров, вообще не из близкой команды, с русской Роман Федоров. И
Ага.
я уже к нему так типа: "А ты случайно не занимаешься АВСом?" То есть мне нужен какой-то шарящий инженер, а
Мгм.
у нас есть шведы и индусы. Вообще ноль.
Да, да,
Ну,
да.
то есть никакого критического мышления и никакого проверить перед тем, как сделать. Запустили новый
Ужас.
сервис, который весь наш кластер зааллоцировал, и у нас все
Мгм.
упало. И они такие, ну, и на прошлой неделе говорю: "Ну, не надо этого делать, ребята, тестируйте на тесте". Они такие: "Да-да, конечно". И вот сегодня такая же история. Я думаю, может, у меня английский какой-то очень плохой, может, я хоть русскому инженеру объясню, чё я от них хочу.
Мгм.
Но
Мгм.
я заметила, что реально русские инженеры нормально работают.
Ну да, да-да. Не, тебе, кстати, ну, у тебя интересная среда в плане, тебе нужно учиться сейчас менеджить их всех, потому что, ну,
Ну,
типа, да, потому
типа,
что
я
они
еще
явно
как бы
все слабее,
ну,
вот,
и я как бы
и
даже не
да-да.
менеджер, и надо мной сидит менеджер, который несет откровенную фигню. И я вот постоянно думаю, как бы так,
А у тебя есть менеджер этого менеджера?
да, как раз это
Контакт?
наша общая менеджер.
Ну,
И я уже
потому
начала
что,
ей
ну да,
писать в
надо ей
личку вот это вот. Но думаю,
объяснять,
нас же
что
всегда
не
ругали, что
работает.
жаловаться нельзя. И я когда видела его
Не,
косяки,
надо жаловаться,
я
надо
такая, типа,
жаловаться.
ладно, мальчик там, ну, типа, что я буду на него
Не-не-не,
заваливать?
наоборот, потому что не-не-не, тебе нужно подсвечивать. Ну,
Да.
блин, я считаю, надо обязательно подсвечивать, просто очень как-то polite это
Вот
делать.
да, я
ChatGPT
всегда
в
в чате
помощь, опять
GPT
же.
спрашиваю и в переводчике, типа, как это.
Вот, вот. Да, аккуратненько. Потому что, ну, у меня вот тут коллега есть, он как раз Python занялся,
Мгм.
и он как бы, ну, он типа стал, короче, в итоге head of Python, условно говоря, но я так понимаю, что там просто как раз проблема, что люди очень мало понимают, как делать красиво, аккуратно. У него и Java бэкграунд был, и Python, и как
Мгм.
бы... А Java там сразу как-то тебе все по рукам все время бьет, и ты как-то сразу приучаешься все делать
Ага.
аккуратно. Вот, то есть Python мне вообще полностью выносит мозг, даже просто тем, что в дикшенере можно класть разные типы, ключ один типа другого value. Потом второй ключ может быть вообще другого типа, и value тоже другого типа. Поверь, для меня это просто, да вы что? Разве такое можно разрешать? Вот. Да, в Java там все строго, поэтому, видимо,
Мгм.
и как бы вот он как бы вообще так прям очень хорошо развился, и он просто заменеджил все, он просто наводил порядок. И если, опять же, его поставили как раз вместо менеджера, на которого нажаловался его репортер. Вот,
Мгм.
менеджер типа вообще чё-то ничего не делал. И вот репортер рассказал нашему CTO, и этого менеджера уволили очень быстро. Ну как, это револют, конечно. Вот,
Мгм.
его просто уволили, и все. Вот. И поставили вот этого чувака. Вот. И
Мгм.
дальше, ну, как бы он все хорошо, классно делал и стал в итоге там, в принципе, за всю платформу Python ответственный. Ну, по сути, он построил платформу Python. Короче, я просто чувствую, что у тебя там как раз платформа Python и надо строить. И вот я
Вот я
думаю, может
столкнулась с тем,
быть,
что у нас проблема как раз в том, что нет архитектуры датабазной,
да-да, у
а я
тебя
не
нет.
настоящий
Да,
дата-инженер. Я вот это вот SQL-ки поперекладывать,
да
а
там
какой-то
я не
стартовый
думаю, что там только. В
ну вот
общем,
мне DevOps
давай
щас нужен, а
я
я сама не
спрошу у
DevOps.
него, не против ли он менторскую какую-то сессию сделать,
Да,
потому
да,
что
вполне.
я вот так пытаюсь описать примерно, что
Мгм.
он тебе уже практикал скажет советы, когда
Мгм.
ты расскажи ему, что у вас там за бардак. И мне кажется, он такой: "О, ко мне пришли спросить, как менеджер бардак". И
Потому что я
он
вот
прям умеет
девопсную часть не
фреймворки.
умею, а там что то с кластерами нехорошо, и мне нужно по-быстренькому изобразить, как это работает, потому что я знаю, как надо хорошо, но я не знаю, как это сделать руками.
Ну вот
Поэтому
тебе
вот
надо
тут.
попробовать описывать еще, как сделать хорошо, но чтобы другие делали. Вот это то, что он тебе скажет. Но он тебе больше practical advice даст. Вот. Ой, ты за это заметила. Да.
Вот, сейчас. Так, кто там? Там ребенки пришли? Ребенки.
Сегодня я выиграл в Майнкрафте! Самый первый!
Супер. А сапоги нет? Ну, завтра зайду за вещами.
Да блин!
Завтра зайду за вещами. Все, пока-пока.
Ну что за посылка?
Что за посылка? Где? А, это твои штаны школьные пришли. Школа же началась в среду. Кто вообще начал школу в среду?
А что я сегодня в Майнкрафте
Ты майнкрафтовый программист?
Нет!
Лёва учился, папа его учил программировать в Майнкрафте. А ты выиграл в Майнкрафте? Всех?
Давай, да, если хочешь, можем отдельно созвониться. Просто напиши мне, когда ты хочешь, потому что мне тут много новостей, я тебе потом расскажу все. Вот, давайте, хорошего вам вечера. Счастливо, пока-пока.
Пока-пока. Так, пушистый.